Good morning, students. Today we discuss about the Unit 8 Organization of Tissues. Unit 18 Organization of Tissues. Introductions. Unicellular organisms like bacteria and protozoans are made up of single cells. On the other hand, multicellular organisms like higher plants and animals are composed of millions of different types of cells that are grouped into different levels of organization. Multicellular organisms have specialized cells, tissues, organs, and organ systems that perform special functions. இப்போ நம்ம பேசிக்காக ஒரு பேசிக் யூனிட் வந்து செல் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஒரு பாடியை எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா செல். குரூப் ஆஃப் செல்ஸாஸ் ஆர் கால்ட் டிஷ்யூ அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். அப்போ ஒவ்வொரு ஆர்கன்ஸ்லேயும் ஒவ்வொரு டைப் ஆஃப் டிஷ்யூஸ் இருந்து நம்ம பாடியை ஃபங்க்ஷன் பண்ணுது. அப்போ அந்த ஒவ்வொரு டைப்போடைய டிஷ்யூ ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸையும் அதை பற்றி இந்த லெசனில் பார்க்க போகிறோம். A group of cells positioned and designed to perform the particular function is called tissue. அப்போ டிஃபைன் டிஷ்யூ அப்படின்னு கேட்டால் இதை மார்க் பண்ணிக்கங்க. An organ is a structure made up of a collection of tissues that carry out specialized functions. For example, the plants, the root, stem and leaves are organs, whereas xylem and phloem are tissues. அப்போ டிஷ்யூஸ் எங்கே இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறதுனா அது வந்து பிளான்ஸுடைய ஆர்கன்ஸ் வந்து அவங்க தெளிவாக சொல்லிட்டாங்க. இன் பிளான்ஸ் த ரூட் ஸ்டெம் அண்ட் லீவ்ஸ் ஆர் ஆர்கன்ஸ் whereas xylem and phloem are tissues. Similarly, in animals, stomach, for example, is an organ that consists of tissues is made up of epithelial cell, gland cell and muscle cell. In this chapter, we will learn about different types of plant and animals tissues and how they are modified to coordinate life activities. Plant tissues. Plants are made up of vegetative and reproductive tissues. In general, plant tissues are classified into two types, namely meristems or meristematic tissues, permanent tissues. First one, we discuss about the meristematic tissues or meristems. The term meristem is derived from the Greek word meristos, which means divisible or having a cell division activity. Meristematic tissues are group of immature cells that are capable of undergoing cell division. In plants, meristem is found in zones where growth can take place. Example, apex of stem, root, leaf, primordia, vascular cambium, cork cambium, etc. Characteristic features. They are living cells. Cells are small, oval, polygonal or round in shape. The cells உடைய அமைப்பு வந்து டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஷேப்பில் இருக்கும். அதை தான் வந்து ஓவல், பாலிகோனல், ரவுண்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. They are thin walled with the dense cytoplasm, large nuclei and small vacuoles. They undergo mitotic cell division. They do not store food materials. Types of meristems based on position. On the basis of their position in the plant, meristems are of three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristems and lateral meristems. அப்போ இங்கே பார்க்கக்கூடிய வச்சு நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். மேலே இருக்கிறது அபிக்கல் மெரிஸ்டம்ஸ், அதுக்கு அடுத்து இருக்கக்கூடியது இன்டர்கேலரி மெரிஸ்டம்ஸ், கீழே இருக்கக்கூடியது லேட்ரல் மெரிஸ்டம்ஸ். அப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன் we discuss about apical meristems. These are found at the apex or growing points of root and shoot and bring about increase in length. Intercalary meristems. It lies between the region of permanent tissues and its part of primary meristem. It is found either at the base of the leaf or the base of the internodes. Lateral meristems. These are arranged in parallel and causes the thickness of the plant part. Functions. Meristems are actively dividing tissues of the plant that are responsible for primary and secondary growth of plant. Permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are those in which growth has stopped either completely or for the time being. At times, they become meristematic partially or wholly. Permanent tissues are of two types, namely simple tissues and complex tissues. சிம்பிள் டிஷ்யூனா என்ன அப்படின்னா தனித்த நிலை கலவை நிலையில் உள்ளதான் சிம்பிள் டிஷ்யூஸ் அண்டு காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் டிஷ்யூன்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வி டிஸ்கஸ் அபவுட் சிம்பிள் டிஷ்யூஸ். சிம்பிள் டிஷ்யூஸ் ஆர் ஹோமோஜீனியஸ் டிஷ்யூஸ் கம்போஸ்ட் ஆஃப் structurally and functionally similar cells. Example, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. First, parenchyma. Parenchyma are simple permanent tissues composed of living cells. Parenchyma cells are thin-walled, oval, rounded or polygonal in shape with well-developed spaces among them. In aquatic plants, parenchyma possess intercellular air spaces and is named as aerenchyma. When exposed to light, parenchyma cells may develop chloroplasts and are known as chlorenchyma. அந்த படம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க parenchyma, aerenchyma. இது வந்து காற்றறைகள் உள்ள லீஃப் அந்த மாதிரி தாவரத்தில் இருக்கும். அடுத்து chlorenchyma, இது வந்து chloroplast அதிகமாக இருக்கக்கூடியது. Parenchyma may store water in many succulent and xerophytic plants. It also serves the functions of storage of food, reserves, absorptions, buoyancy, secretions, etc. எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு வந்து do you knowவில் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. In potato, parenchyma vacuoles are filled with starch. In apple, parenchyma stores sugar. அப்போ இதில் எக்ஸாம்பிளில் ஒன் வேர்டில் கேட்குறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. இதில் இருந்து படிச்சுங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் கோலன்கைமா. கோலன்கைமா இஸ் எ லிவிங் டிஷ்யூ ஃபவுண்ட் beneath the epidermis. Cells are elongated with unevenly thickened walls. All of you turn over page number 212. Cells have rectangular, oblique or tapering ends and persistent protoplast. They possess thick primary non-lignified walls. They provide mechanical support of growing organs. இது வந்து இந்த கோலன்கைமாவுடைய ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்க்ளீரன்கைமா. ஸ்க்ளீரன்கைமா consist of thick-walled cells which are often lignified. Sclerenchyma cells are dead and do not possess living protoplasts at maturity. Sclerenchyma cells are grouped into fibers and sclerites. Fibers are elongated sclerenchymatous cells, usually with pointed ends. Their walls are lignified. Fibers are abundantly found in many plants. The average length of fibers is 1 to 3 mm. However, in plants like Linum, Eustachium, Cannabis sativa, and Carchorus capsularis, jute, fibers are extensively longer, ranging from 20 mm to 550 mm. Sclerites are widely distributed in the plant's body. They are usually broad, may occur in single or in groups. Sclerites are isodiametric with lignified walls. Pits are prominent and seen along the walls. Lumen is filled with wall materials. Sclerites are also common in fruits and seeds. இப்போ இதில் வந்து ஸ்க்ளீரன்கைமா, ஃபைபர்ஸ், ஸ்க்ளீரைட்ஸ், இது வந்து ஃபைபர் டைப்பில் உள்ளது, இது ஸ்க்ளீரைட் டைப்பில் உள்ளது, அதனுடைய பார்ட்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் டிஷ்யூ. ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் பார்த்தோம் சிம்பிள் டிஷ்யூ, அது காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் டிஷ்யூ. இப்போ ரெண்டாவது டைப் தான் நம்ம பார்க்குறோம், காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் டிஷ்யூ. காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் டிஷ்யூ ஆர் மேட் அப் ஆஃப் மோர் தென் ஒன் டைப் ஆஃப் செல்ஸ் தட் ஒர்க் டுகெதர் as a unit. Complex tissues consist of parenchyma and sclerenchyma cells. However, collenchymatous cells are not present in such tissues. Common examples are xylem and phloem. But xylem is a conducting tissue which conducts water, mineral, nutrition upward from root to leaves. Xylem gives mechanical support to the plant body. Xylem is composed of xylem tracheids, xylem fibers, xylem vessels, and xylem parenchyma. Xylem tracheids. There are elongated or tube-like dead cells with hard, thick, and lignified walls. Their ends are tapering, blunt or chisel-like, and devoid of protoplasm. They have large lumen without any content. Their functions is conduction of water and providing mechanical support of the plant. Xylem fibers. These cells are elongated, lignified, and pointed at both the ends. Xylem fibers provide mechanical support to the plant. Xylem vessels. These are long cylindrical tube-like structures with lignified walls and wide central lumen. These cells are dead as these do not have protoplasm. They are arranged in longitudinal series in which the partitioned walls are perforated, and so the entire structure looks like a water pipe. Their main function is to transport of water and also to provide mechanical strength. Xylem parenchyma. These are living and thin-walled cells. The main functions of xylem parenchyma is to store starch and fatty substance. இப்போ longitudinal sections of phloem tissue அது வந்து தோற்ற டயக்ராம் நமக்கு வந்து கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அப்போ ஃப்ளோயம் இங்கே முன்னாடி பார்த்தது சைலம் லாங்கிட்யூடினல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர், இங்கே முன்னாடி பார்த்தது. அடுத்து பார்க்க போகிறது ஃப்ளோயம், அதனுடைய லாங்கிட்யூட் ஸ்ட்ரக்சரல் இங்கே கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. Phloem is a complex tissue and consists of the following elements: sieve elements, companion cells, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma. Sieve elements. The conducting elements of phloem are collectively called as sieve elements. Sieve tubes are elongated, tube-like slender cells placed end to end. The transverse walls of the ends are perforated and are known as sieve plates. The main functions of the sieve tubes is translocations of food from leaves to the storage organs of the plant. Companion cells. These are elongated cells attached to the lateral wall of the sieve tubes. A companion cell may be equal in length to the accompanying sieve tube element, or the mother cell may be divided transversely, forming a series of companion cells. Phloem parenchyma. The phloem parenchyma are living cells which have cytoplasm and nucleus. Their function is to store food materials. Difference between xylem and phloem. இப்போ இதுவரை பார்த்தது சைலம் திசுவுக்கும் ஃப்ளோயம் திசுவுக்கும் இல்லை, டிஃப்ரென்ஸை பார்க்குறோம். Xylem contains water and minerals. Phloem contains organic solutes or food materials. Conduction is mostly unidirectional, that is from roots to apical part of the plant. Conduction may be bidirectional from leaves to storage organs and growing parts, or from storage organs to growing parts of plants. Conducting channels are tracheids and vessels. Conducting channels are sieve tubes. Component of xylem include tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Components are sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. All of you turn over page number 214. Phloem fibers. Sclerenchymatous cells associated with the primary and secondary phloem are commonly called phloem fibers. These cells are elongated, lignified, and provide mechanical strength to the plant body. இப்போ difference between meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue அது permanent tissue. Cell wall is thin and elastic. Cell wall is thick. Component cells are small, spherical or polygonal and undifferentiated. Component cells are large, differentiated with different shapes. Cytoplasm is dense and vacuoles are nearly absent. Usually, large central vacuole is present in living permanent cells. intercellular space absent, intercellular space present. Nucleus is large and prominent, nucleus is less conspicuous. Cells grow and divide regularly, cells do not normally divide. Provides mechanical support and lactic elasticity to the plant body, provides only mechanical support. இதுவரை நம்ம பார்த்தது பூரா அனிமல் செல்ஸ் அதனுடைய ஆர்கன்ஸ். அடுத்து பார்க்கக்கூடியது ஏற்கனவே பார்த்தது பிளான்ட் செல்ஸ். இனிமே பார்க்க போகிறது அனிமல் செல்ஸ், அனிமல் டிஷ்யூஸ். An assemblage of one or more types of specialized cells held together with extracellular material constitute the tissue. The study of tissue is known as histology. அப்போ define histology அப்படின்னா the study of tissue is known as histology. Simple tissues, a group of cells that are similar in origin, form, structure and work together or perform a specific function. Compound tissue, a group of cells different in their structure and functions but coordinate to perform a specific function. Animal tissues can be grouped into 4 basic types on the basis of their structure and function. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nerve tissue. இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பார்த்தோம்னா epithelial tissues. It is a simplest tissue composed of one or more layers of cells converting the external structure of the body and internal organs. The cells are arranged very close to each other with less extracellular material. Epithelial cells lie on a non-cellular basement membrane. The epithelial tissue generally lacks blood vessels. The epithelium is separated by the underlying connective tissue which provides it with nutrition. There are 2 types of epithelial tissue. Simple epithelium is composed of single layer of cells resting on the basement membrane. Compound epithelium is composed of several layers of cells. Only the cells of the deepest layer rest on the basement membrane. Functions of epithelial tissues. The skin which forms the outer covering of the body protects the underlying cells from drying, injury and microbial infections. They help in absorption of water and nutrition. They are involved in elimination of waste product. Some epithelial tissues perform secretory functions. Secretory functions na secretion of sweat, saliva, mucus and enzyme. Simple epithelium. It is formed of single layer of cells. It forms a lining for the body cavities and ducts. Simple epithelium is further divided into following types. என்ன அப்படின்னா ஸ்குவாமஸ் எபித்தீலியம், கியூபாய்டல் எபித்தீலியம், காலமனார் எபித்தீலியம், சிலியேட்டட் எபித்தீலியம், கிளாண்டுலார் எபித்தீலியம். அப்போ இந்த சிம்பிள் எபித்தீலியமே எத்தனை டைப்பாக பிரிக்கிறோம்? 1 2 3 4 5 டைப்ஸில் பிரிக்கிறோம். அதை பற்றி பார்க்குறோம். ஸ்குவாமஸ் எபித்தீலியம். It is made up of thin flat cells with prominent nuclei. These cells have irregular boundaries. இதுக்கு வந்து முறையான அவுட்டர் லேயர் கிடையாது, அதனால் பவுண்ட்ரிங்கிறது அந்த அவுட்டர் இல்லை. அப்போ irregular boundaries and bind with neighboring cells. அது பக்கத்து செல்லோட bind. But the squamous epithelium is also known as Bowman membrane. அப்போ defined Bowman membrane. The squamous epithelium is also known as Bowman membrane, which form delicate lining of the buccal cavity, alveoli of lungs, proximal tubule of kidneys and covering of the skin and tongue. It protects the body from mechanical injury, drying and invasion of germs. Next, cuboidal epithelium. It is composed of single layer of cubical cells. The nucleus is round and lies in the center. This tissue is present in the thyroid vesicles, salivary glands, sweat glands and exocrine pancreas. It is also found in the intestine and tubular part of the nephron as microvilli that increase the absorptive surface area. Their main function is secretion and absorption. Columnar epithelium. It is composed of a single layer of slender, elongated, and pillar-like cells. Their nuclei are located at the base. It is found leaving the stomach, gallbladder, bile duct, small intestine, colon, oviducts, and also forms a mucous membrane. They are mainly involved in secretions and absorption. Next, ciliated epithelium. இது ஒவ்வொருடைய ஸ்ட்ரக்சரும் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பார்த்துங்க. Certain column cells bear numerous delicate hair-like outgrowth called cilia and are called ciliated epithelium. Their function is to move particles or mucus in a specific direction over the epithelium. It is seen in the trachea of windpipe, bronchioles of respiratory tract, kidney tubules and fallopian tubules of oviducts. இப்போ அதனுடைய டயக்ராம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. இது சிலியா, பேசல் கிரானுல், செல் மெம்பரேன், கோப்லெட் செல், நியூக்ளியஸ். அப்போ சிலியேட்டட் எபித்திலியம் ட்ரா த அண்ட் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் த ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் ஆஃப் சிலியேட்டட் எபித்திலியம்னா இந்த படம் வரைஞ்சி எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணணும். அடுத்து கிளாண்டுலர் எபித்திலியம். Epithelial cells are often modified to form specialized gland cells which secrete chemical substance at the epithelial surface. These lines the gastric glands, pancreatic ductus and intestinal glands. This glandular epithelium. அதுக்கடுத்து compound epithelium. It consists of more than one layers of cells and gives a satisfied appearance. Hence, they are also known as satisfied epithelium. The main functions of this epithelium is to give protections to the underlying tissues against mechanical and chemical stress. They also cover the dry surface of the skin, the moist surface of the buccal cavity and pharynx. Epithelial tissue of the skin function is waterproof membrane. Do you know more? Next, all of you turn over page number 216. Next, connective tissues. It is one of the most abundant and widely distributed tissues. It provides structural framework and gives support to different tissues forming organs. It prevents the organs from getting displaced by body movement. The components of the connective tissues are the intercellular substance known as the matrix, connective tissue cells and the fibers. Connective tissue is classified as follows: connective tissues proper, supportive connective tissue, dense connective tissue, fluid connective tissue. இதில் வந்து connective tissue proper. Connective tissue proper consists of collagen fibers, elastin fibers and fibroblast cells. Areolar tissues. It has cells and fibers loosely arranged in semi-fluid ground substance called matrix. It takes the form of the fine threads crossing each other in every direction, leaving small spaces called areolae. It joins skin and muscles, fills space inside organs and is found around muscles, blood vessels and nerves. It helps in repair of tissues after injury and fixes skin to underlying muscles. Adipose tissues. Adipose tissue is the aggregations of fat cell or adipocytes, spherical or oval in shape. இப்போ இந்த adipose tissue ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. They are found in subcutaneous tissue between internal organs around the heart and kidneys. They act as shock absorbers around the kidneys and eyeballs. They also regulate the body temperatures by acting as insulator. Supportive connective tissue. The supporting or skeletal connective tissue forms the endoskeleton of the vertebrate body which protect various organs and help in locomotion. The supportive tissues includes cartilage and bone. Cartilage. They are soft, semi-rigid, flexible and are less vascular in nature. The matrix is composed of large cartilage cells called chondrocytes. These cells are present in fluid-filled spaces is known as lacunae. Cartilage is present in the tip of the nose, external ear, end of long bones, trachea and larynx. It provides support and flexibility to the body parts. இப்போ இந்த கார்டிலேஜோடைய ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அடுத்து bone. It is a solid, rigid and strong, non-flexible skeletal connective tissue. The matrix of the bone is rich in calcium, salts and halogen fibers, which gives the bone its strength. The matrix of the bone is in the form of concentric rings called lamellae. The bone cells present in the lacunae are called osteocytes. They communicate with each other by a network of fine canals called canaliculi. The hollow cavities of space are called marrow cavities filled with bone marrow. They provide shape and structural framework of the body. Bones support and protect soft tissues and organs. இது வந்து TS of bone. அடுத்து dense connective tissue. It is a fiber connective tissue densely packed with fibers and fibroblast. It is the principal component of tendons and ligaments. Tendons. They are cord-like strong structures that join skeletal muscles or bones. Tendons have great strength and limited flexibility. They consist of parallel bundles of collagen fibers between which are present rows of fibroblasts. Ligaments. They are highly elastic, have great strength which connect bones to bones. They contain very little matrix. They strengthen the joints and allow normal movement. இப்போ இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த லிகமெண்ட்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு இது படம் போட்டு காமிச்சிருக்காங்க. அடுத்து fluid connective tissues. The blood and the lymph are the fluid connective tissues which link different parts of the body. The cells of the connective tissue are loosely spaced and are embedded in an intercellular matrix. அதில் வந்து blood பார்க்க போகிறோம். Blood contains corpuscles which are red blood cells, erythrocytes, white blood cells, leukocytes and platelets. In this fluid connective tissue, blood cells, all of you turn over page number 218, are present in the fluid matrix called plasma. The plasma contains inorganic salts and organic substance. It is a main circulating fluid that helps in the transport of nutrition substance. Red blood corpuscles, erythrocytes. The red blood corpuscles are circular biconcave disc-like cells and a lake nucleus. When mature, they contain a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin, which is involved in the transport of oxygen to tissues. White blood cells. The white blood corpuscles are leukocytes. They are larger in size, contain distinct nucleus and are colorless. They are capable of amoeboid movement and play an important role in body's defense mechanism. They engulf or destroy foreign bodies. இந்த இடத்துல தான் வந்து எதிர்ப்பு சக்தியை நமக்கு கொடுக்கக்கூடியது, வெளியிலேருந்து வரக்கூடிய ஜெர்ம்ஸ், இந்த கிருமிகள், நோய் கிருமிகள்லாம் எதிர்த்து போராடக்கூடியது இதுதான். அதை தான் டிஃபென்ஸ் மெக்கானிசம் சொல்கிறாங்க. தி என்கல்ஃப் ஆர் டெஸ்ட்ராய் ஃபாரின் பாடிஸ். WBC அதாவது ஒயிட் பிளட் செல்ஸ் ஆர் டூ டைப்ஸ், granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes have irregular shaped nuclei and cytoplasmic granules. They include the neutrophils, basophils and eosinophils. Agranulocytes lack cytoplasmic granules and include the lymphocytes and monocytes. Blood platelets. They are minute, unnucleated fragments of gained bone marrow called megakaryocytes. They play an important role in blood clotting mechanisms. Lymph. Lymph is a colorless fluid filtered out of the body capillaries. It consists of plasma and white blood cells. It mainly helps in the exchange of materials between blood and tissue fluids. Okay, students, thank you. We will continue next class.